steady day coming in. Now, U.S. stock futures, they were very steady last night, even as the government shut down. That rolled into another week, showing Wall Street's resilience after a record-breaking rally that we have seen over the past few months. Now, the S&P 500 and nasdaq, both of them locked their fourth weekly gain in 5 weeks, up more than 1%, whereas the Dow Jones Industrial Average, that also rose more than 1%, marking its third positive week in a month. Now, leading last week's charge was the healthcare sector, which saw nearly 7%, which is its best weekly performance since June 2022, pushing the S&P 500 to fresh record highs. Now, the street is largely brushed aside concerns over the ongoing government shutdown, even as it delays some of the key economic data releases, including the September jobs report, which was originally scheduled for Friday. Now, looking ahead, traders will be tuned into what the Federal Reserve commentary is going to be like, with Governor Stephen Moran speaking midweek and Chair Jerome Powell set to deliver remarks on Thursday. That would signal that those are the signals that the street is watching for, that could offer clues on where the Fed policy is now headed. So yes, that's about the U.S. market. Now, while Washington remains gridlocked, Wall Street seems focused on what comes next from the Fed rather than what's missing from the data calendar. So that's about the U.S. market. But Srishti, how are things on the crude front?
Very interesting actually, Kanishka, because it was the OPEC Plus meeting and the outcome that the markets were waiting out for. And look at the reaction that we have seen on the crude oil prices. As of now, Brent crude is up almost 1.5%, because the fact that the output high was actually smaller than expected, because OPEC Plus has agreed to raise the oil production by another 1.4 lakhs barrels per day starting November, the same modest pace as October, but analysts warn the group's spare capacity, once a key buffer against the price shocks, is shrinking fast. Now, the move comes as OPEC Plus tries to claw back the market share lost to the US shale, Brazil and Guyana, while balancing the fears of an oversupply that could drive the prices down. But it's not just the crude oil prices, Kanishka. Seems like even some of the other moves, especially in the Bitcoin, is what we're tracking.
Absolutely. In fact, Bitcoin has hit a record high yet again. It's surpassed that more than $1,25,000 level, breaking its previous August peak. This is as investors are filing into crypto amid fears of a weakening dollar and prolonged U.S. government shutdown. Now, this rally is fueled by friendly Trump-era regulations and rising institutional demand that has pushed Bitcoin's market value to around $2.45 trillion. Now, analysts are saying that the debasement trade favoring Bitcoin and gold over fiat could continue as economic uncertainty that continues to deepen. But which are the other top global stories that we are tracking, Srishti?
All right, so first up, in a dramatic turn, U.S. President Donald Trump has ordered Israel to halt its bombing campaign in Gaza after Hamas